got loose, didn't you? It was pretty easy. There, Mac. Aha, there you go. Now, I don't have to worry about you. Come here, bud. You already got little pokies on you. Alright guys, so I'm back out in the woods, a little bit different trip this time. Complete change of plans from what I had originally planned on doing today. I've got my pack behind me, it is all loaded up, and that is because this was going to be a solo trip. I had my pack loaded, I was going to a different location, but things changed at the very end and I decided to go another route. And the reason for that is, as I started to leave, Max started to whine and cry. I mean, he knew what was up. He knows by the clothes that I've got on that I'm going camping or that I'm going hiking. And I started to feel guilty. I felt bad because I'm not taking him camping in a while, so I changed course. I'm still going to use the gear that I had originally planned on using when I came out, but we're just going to adapt a little bit, change up the scenario a little bit and do something different. So at the last minute, when I realized I was going to take Max, I just grabbed this plastic tote here. I began to load it full of blankets and his food and extra water and things that I was going to need with Max coming along. And I decided to bring the car. We came to a different location, or a different location than I had planned on coming to by myself. And it's going to be cold tonight. I was a little concerned about bringing him because of how cold it's supposed to be, but I decided to bring the car. That way if it gets too cold and Max is too cold, we can get inside the car, we can warm up, all will be well. So I've got him on his runner right now. He's not too happy about that, but I do not trust Max to be left to just wander. If he sees a deer, a squirrel, anything that bolts, he's going to bolt. Last time we came out here to go camping, we were in an open field not too far from here. 3 big deer came out of the woods and shot across the field. Max took off after him. He was gone a good 10 minutes before he finally came trotting back through the grass back to me, and I was a little concerned. I was screaming my head off. He was nowhere to be found, and I was getting a little worried about him. So I'm not going to take that chance. He's on the runner. He's not happy. You might be able to hear him whining and crying right now, but anyway, that's what we're doing. We are changing it up a little bit. This is going to be more of a car camping trip, but I'm going to be using a new tent. Let's see, and the tent is the tent that I was originally going to use is still going to be big enough for me and Max, so that's not a problem at all. Just a little bit of extras and a little bit of course changing as we get out here to do this. So it's still going to be fun, still going to be an awesome time, and I just don't get to bring Max out here as much as I would like to, especially on camera, because it's really hard to film with Max. He is like a bull in a china shop, and he's constantly knocking over the camera. He's hard to control. It's just really hard to film with Max. So a lot of times when I take him camping and hiking and things like that, I just do it off camera. Just leave the camera at home, take him out, let him enjoy his time out in the woods. But I was already packed up and ready to go for a filming trip, a trip for the channel. So we're going to stick with that plan as far as the filming goes, but we're just going to include Max. So it's going to be a good time, guys. I need to get camp set up. We need to get firewood. It's going to be cold tonight. So we've got some prep to do, and I need to get on that. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's get camp set up. Alright, so this is about the flattest spot that I can find. Everything's kind of on a slope, but right here is pretty flat. It is very muddy, but not too bad right here. Over there, it's just saturated. But not too bad right here. It rained all day yesterday. I mean, from morning to night, it rained non-stop yesterday. So it is wet out here. And but I think we can make this work. I've got a couple trees that I can use. I hope they're not too far apart because I need a ridge line for this tent. It's the Onetigris Tangram tent. So I'm going to utilize a ridge line for the tent. I could use sticks or trekking. Well, I don't have any trekking poles, but I could use sticks. But I really want to use the ridge line to hold it up. I just hope these trees are not too far apart for the ridge line that I've got. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the tent set up. Well, first I'm going to make sure I can use the ridge line between these two trees. Make sure I have enough length, and then we'll get the tent set up. I'm excited to use this tent. It's brand new. I'm excited about it. But I got to find a spot to make it work. So let's go. Alright, got the Onetigris Tangram. Never even been out of the bag. Never used it, never even taken it out. Max is whining. Now I just got to figure out how to put this thing together. Looks like the fly. Ah, yeah. The tent body. Alright, let's get it set up. Oh, there we go. We're getting there. Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah, buddy. What you doing? Are you having fun? You're not having fun yet, are you? Not yet, because you've been having to watch me work. Alright guys, we got the tent set up. That was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but that's what you get when you just jump in and start doing it on your own with no knowledge beforehand. But we got it. It'll be much, much easier for me to set up from now on, now that I got a feel for it. But yeah, got everything set up. I'm really liking this tent, the Onetigris Tangram. Really like it so far. I mean, just from the looks and the feel of it, I really like what I see anyway. I've still got to get the sleeping pads inside and our blankets and all that good stuff, so I'll do that in a few minutes. I'm just taking a break. It kills my back bending over all the time, you know, putting in the stakes and all that stuff. It kills my back. So I got my chair out. Yes, my chair. I did not forget my chair this time. I got my trusty chair, which is sinking into the wet, muddy ground. But I've got it. So yeah, we're living good, guys. Living good. Living good, aren't we, Max? Living good. Oh yeah, we're living good. Who's that dog? Who's that? Look at those big old ears. Look at those big ears. Look at those big ears. Yeah, you got hair all over me, bro. All over me. Okay, so I've got a wool blanket that I'm going to put on the bottom floor of the tent. And Max, buddy, settle down, pal. He is whining like crazy wanting off the runner, which I might let him off in a few minutes, but right now I'm working and I can't really watch him. But anyway, this is going to serve as kind of a footprint on the floor to protect it from Max's paws so that he don't puncture the bottom of the tent. Plus, just to give some extra warmth tonight. I'm especially worried about him with it getting really cold tonight. So I do not want him to get too cold tonight. So I'm going to put this on the bottom floor of the tent just as some added protection. Okay, so the inside of the tent is taken care of. Max's sleeping pad, my sleeping pad, my sleeping bag. I've got Max the Snugpak jungle blanket wrapped around his sleeping pad. So again, I don't want him to puncture the pad, but I also just want him to have some more warmth. I have the Snugpak Sleeper Extreme. I've never used it. I've had it for a long time, but I've never used it. So we're going to break it out for some cold weather tonight. And yeah, the inside of the tent is looking good. I'm really liking this Onetigris Tangram tent. Really like it. Tons of room in here, tons of room. So me and Max will have plenty of space tonight. So that's awesome. So yeah, I'm going to get my table set up. I'm going to go ahead and get just a few more camp chores taken care of as far as just getting camp completely set up. And then we'll focus on collecting some firewood. So that is going to be next. Yay. There you go, bud. Drink it. Oh yeah, guys. Camp is good, in good shape. Inside of the tent is in good shape. All that's left really is fire. I've got to get lots of firewood. I'm not sure where I'm going to put my fire yet. I don't know if I'm going to have it back here or up here. I think I'm going to have it up here, and I might move the car up a little bit more out of the way, but there's a good flat spot right here for my fire. So I think I'll do that. And I'm getting hungry. Man, I'm hungry. I'm letting Max wander a little bit. I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on him and do this too. But he's staying pretty close. And that's only because he's not seeing anything that he can chase. But yeah, beautiful day out here, guys. Beautiful spot we're camping in. We're kind of in this little valley, so it might get a little bit chilly down in here, even more chilly tonight. But we're going to have a good fire. We're We're going to have some good food. I'm having breakfast for dinner. I have been craving eggs and bacon. So eggs and bacon it's going to be for dinner. I'm going to have breakfast sandwiches. I've got English muffins, I've got some eggs, I've got bacon. So we're going to have breakfast for dinner, and I'm going to save a little of that bacon and have some oatmeal and bacon in the morning. I've got some beers. I don't know how well that's going to go with eggs and bacon, but we do have beers. So we have a good night ahead of us, guys, a good night. And actually, I'm kind of glad it worked out this way. I'm having a good time. I'm excited to have Max out here. So I'm kind of glad that we changed course and went this direction. And I'm not going to go over all the gear that I'm using. I'll just show it throughout the video. That just takes up too much time and lengthens the video longer than it needs to be. So I'm kind of going to back off doing that. But I do have the Onetigris tent. That is new. Most of the gear that I'm using you've seen before, other than the tent. You know, the sleeping bag. It's something old yet new. So I've got a couple new things I'm going to use on this trip. I've got a new grill, a titanium grill that I'm going to use. So a few little odds and ends that I'll try to show throughout the video, but I'm not going to take a lot of time and go, you know, piece by piece as far as the gear that I'm using. You know, one thing I totally forgot? I have a bed in the back of my car that I keep back there for Max to lay in when we travel. I did not need that sleeping pad. I've got a warm, comfy bed that I can lay in the tent and he can sleep on tonight. Totally forgot about that. So I'll have to take the sleeping pad out, give him his bed. That'll be much warmer for him tonight. Alright, it's time to go collect some firewood. I don't want to wait too long and be rushed for it later, so I'm going to get my trusty gloves on. I've got my Boreal 21 saw. Locked and loaded. Let's go get some firewood. I'm not finding any good firewood around here. I mean, nothing. Everything is rotten and soggy. I found a little here and I had to walk a good ways to get it and drag it back, but it's still iffy. It's not totally bone dry. We went up the hill behind me up into the woods. We have been all over the place. And where we're at, we're in a pretty, relatively flat little valley with, hills on both sides. And there is just not a lot of firewood around here. There's a lot of down trees, but everything is just rotten, soggy mush. So, which is fine. I mean, I'll burn whatever. I'll get the fire going and burn whatever. I mean, I'm not going to be smoking anything over the fire or anything like that. So I'm not, I'm not too worried about that. But I was hoping to find some good hardwood that I could burn tonight. But so far I've not found much of anything. And Max's harness came off. It's laying on the ground over here. One of the buckles, I don't know what happened to it. I just noticed him walking behind me. I turned around and looked, and the harness was kind of hanging off of his side, and one buckle was completely gone, like it had slid completely out of the strap. So luckily he still had his collar on, so I've got a way to hook him up if I need to. But the harness is done for. Alright, I'm going to saw up some more of this firewood. Go around, try to find some more firewood. And see what we can get done. I'll be back shortly. Alright, so I finally found a little bit of decent firewood. I didn't even notice this dead tree real close to camp. Not a tall tree, not a huge tree, but it is dead. Chopped it down or sawed it down. So now I've got a pretty decent length of some solid firewood. So let's cut it up. Alright guys, I've got some firewood cut up. I couldn't film a whole lot of it. I just had to try to watch Max cut firewood, and I just couldn't film and do all that at the same time. So he's butted right up against the camera. Oh, so yeah, I've got some. I'll need more as the night goes on, but by that point I'll have a good bed of coals, and you know, I'll just throw some crap on. I'm not staying out here all night by the fire, so I mean, we'll be snuggled up in the tent here in a little while. But I am definitely getting hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. I need a snack. I'm hungry. I'm not quite ready to cook dinner, but I'm hungry. I don't know what I've got in here. Sunflower kernels. That sounds good. I got you, bud. I got you. Man, you can hear that fire just hissing and sizzling. It does not want to burn. Everything out here is so damp and so wet. I really struggled to find dry firewood. I gotta go let Max off this runner. He's going nuts. Yeah, bud, yeah. It's almost dinner time. You had your dog food, but you're ready for more, aren't you? We got some better stuff coming. Okay, the fire is going better now. So it's still hissing and steaming, but it's better. It's taking off a lot better now, so we're good. We just got to maintain it without a whole lot of dry wood. But once we get a decent bed of coals, we'll be okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that feels good, don't it? Mac. Man, I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's getting cold now too. Definitely getting cool. I mean, it feels good, but it is getting cool. I have a new grill. If I can get it out of here. Titanium folding grill. It's kind of small, but it is super lightweight. Vargo titanium grill. If I can get this thing to sit on here. Get the trusty gloves. Maple bacon. Alright, got my cutting board. I'm going to cut some of this bacon. I'm just going to cut it in half to make it a little bit more manageable. Well, Alright, while my bacon is cooking, and I need to go check that in a second, I'm going to cut my English muffins and get them ready, because I will toast those up here shortly. We just have a max 2 English muffins. Just gonna have us a little breakfast sandwich. Max is nosing in here. He's ready to go. He's ready for some grub. All right, let's go check that bacon. Alright, so my breakfast sandwich. Good. Didn't turn out the way I had envisioned it, but it's good. It's a little slim. There's not enough stuff on there. I actually knocked most of my bacon off on the ground, and now Max is enjoying it. He was walking around to where I had it on the table, and as I reached over, I knocked my light off the table, which hit my plate of bacon. It went to the ground, so I snatched a couple pieces back before Max got them. But so I'm a little light on bacon. That's okay. I mean, I've got more to cook for in the morning, but I'm not cooking anymore tonight. It's good. Very good. Just wished I hadn't lost all my bacon. I was going to give Max some anyway, but I wasn't going to give him that much of it. So he's eating good. Alright, I've got my mouth full. I'm going to turn the camera off and eat. Be back soon. Alright, I've got the fire built back up. It's still not wanting to really take off, but it's starting to go. It's time for a beer. Another Voodoo Ranger. Not as cold as I thought. Well, yeah. Doesn't feel super cold on the outside of the can, but it is actually pretty cold. It's starting to get cold out here. I had to put my beanie on. Got my jacket on. So it is getting a little chilly. Max is just laying here beside me. He had his bacon. I gave him the last little bit of my sandwich. So he's just chilling. What time is it? It's 6:30. The time gets me every time when I'm camping. It feels like it's like 9:30. But no. On a normal day at home, I would have been home about an hour from work right now, thinking, man, it is still early. Out in the woods? No. Feels like it's bedtime. I know one thing, I will never, ever wear these boots again that I've got on right now. I'm not much of a boot person, but I decided to just wear these and try them out. They are, what are they? I keep wanting to say Croc. I know they're not. Chaco. They're Chaco boots. Yeah. They're great for just wearing around. I thought I'd try them out in the woods, see how they felt, because they're really comfortable just out and about. No. Let me turn this off. They suck out in the woods. Last time I was out here, I wore some North Face boots. Hated those. So I'm just more of a trail runner person, so I'm gonna have to go back to my La Sportiva Wildcats. They're just too comfortable. I just wanted to get into more, or at least trying more to wear boots, but until I find a super comfortable pair, which I've not found yet, I guess it's going to be my trail runners. I know those boots are out there, and I'm sure they're expensive. I just need to find them. So if you guys have any recommendations on boots, let me know. And in my last couple of videos, I was hammock camping, and I still haven't come to the conclusion yet of which hammock I like the best, whether it's the bridge hammock or the gathered in hammock. But I'm leaning more towards the bridge hammock. But again, I need to get it out. That was my first time using it. That was the War Bonnet Ridge Runner. But I need to get it out and use it some more. And I probably would have done that. Well, no, I wouldn't have, because I already had my tent packed up because I wanted to try the new tent. But if I would have been hammock camping, then I probably would have brought the Ridge Runner with me. But I just need to spend more time in it to really know. I need to experiment with the angles and, you know, just different ways to lay and stuff like that to really know. I have a lot of experience in the gathered in hammock. I don't have much experience, well, almost zero experience in the bridge hammock. So in short, I still don't know which one I like best. But honestly, I'm kind of scared to use the Ridge Runner in cold weather because I froze in it last time. I've got to figure out the proper way to rig an underquilt designed for a gathered in hammock on it. Because I really don't want to drop $200–300 on a underquilt just for a bridge hammock. So I need to figure out a way to make it work. I guess I need to experiment at home in cold weather before I get out in the woods and there's no coming back. Okay, so real quick, if you're wondering what that is, that's toothpaste. And I just burnt the absolute piss out of my thumb. And I need to rub that in a little bit more, but anyway, it feels good at the moment. But I was stoking the fire and I reached down to grab a log. I've got some logs sitting close to the fire just to dry out a little bit. So I reached down to grab this one log and I did not realize that it was that close to the fire. And when I reached down and grabbed it with my, this thumb, I put pressure on it to grab the log and it burned the hell out of me. And I do not have any burn cream. I ran and grabbed the first aid kit, and wouldn't you know it, the one thing that I do not have in my first aid kit is any burn cream. It's one of those things, I didn't think I had any, but I couldn't remember for sure, because it's one of those things that I've been meaning to put in my first aid kit for a long time, and I just never have. And so I remember hearing that toothpaste was good to put on a burn. And it really hurts. It does, it hurts. So anyway, boys and girls, that's why you don't drink beer and fool with the campfire. Because you make stupid decisions. I'm just kidding. I've not had that much to drink. I'm fine. But anyway. Okay. Let's try this again. Alright guys. Max and I are in the tent. It's cold in the tent. It's not like it was out by the raging fire. But anyway, we're in the tent. He's all cuddled up on his bed and his blanket. I'm in my sleeping bag. So we are calling it a night, guys. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. That was a cold night. Cold, cold night. I don't even know what the temperature got down to. I didn't even look, but it was cold. There's frost everywhere. Or at least there was when I first got up. I've been up for like an hour. I got up and let Max out. He needed to go pee. And I went ahead and got the fire going because I was cold. I didn't want to fool around with filming. I wanted to get warm. I stayed fairly warm last night. I mean, that sleeping bag did the trick. And so I stayed pretty warm. I just worried about Max. I was constantly, got to check on him. I was constantly getting up and making sure he was okay and covered up. But he did good. He did really good. But I didn't sleep good. I never do when I go camping, but I mean, I slept okay. Probably the best I've slept the last 3 or 4 times I've came out, which isn't saying a whole lot because Max, he's starting to wander. But I slept okay, but I did stay warm. I'm hungry. My stomach's Max. My stomach bothered me all night. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was what I ate last night but my stomach was just upset and bothering me. It still is this morning a little bit. Got our bacon cooked. I hope that's not what upset my stomach last night, because if it is, then I'm just having it again. I got to share it with Max. I've got my coffee. And I've got my oatmeal over here. Almost ready. That's all, buddy. That is all the bacon, all the remnants of any bacon. It is gone, bro. Gone, gone, gone. Oh. There's no food left, pal. No more bacon. Okay, so let's recap the night. I didn't sleep good. Not because I was cold, I just didn't sleep good. My back was hurting. My back always hurts when I camp. All the bending down and cutting wood and, you know, all that stuff, just, it hurts my back. And by nighttime, it hurts. And especially when I'm sleeping on the ground, it hurts. So, but yeah, I stayed warm. I do not like that sleeping bag, that Snugpak Extreme or Sleeper Extreme or something. I'm not a sleeping bag person anyway. I like quilts. So I ended up opening it up, unzipping it all the way and just laying it over me like a quilt. I tried to zip myself up in it, and I mean, I was like in a coffin. I was just scrunched together. The zipper I couldn't get up and down. I was tired of fighting with it, so I just unzipped it all the way. But Max seemed to do okay last night. He wasn't, he was never, you know, shivering or anything like that, so he seemed to do okay. So yeah, I mean the cold wasn't an issue per se. Just didn't sleep good. Again, my stomach was upset and just kind of felt sick to my stomach and just did not get a good night's sleep. It's time to get out of here. Oh yeah, look at all that frost. Woo! Nice. All right, guys. Camp is completely cleaned up. Fire is out. I'm going to make one last sweep. Oh, I already see something I forgot. Max's runner that I put between the trees. Got to grab his runner, and otherwise that should be it. I'm going to make one quick trip around camp, make sure there's no stakes, there's no stuff sacks, whatever laying around. But yeah, guys, it was a good trip. Cold, but Max had a good time. I had a good time. Come here, buddy. Max, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Look at your fans. Come here. Come here. Look at them. Look at your fans. Look at them. He don't care. Anyway, the car's loaded. Camp is cleaned up. What is it? What is it? Huh? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Huh? Oh, okay, that's not, okay, no good. Okay, car's loaded, camp's cleaned up, your tail's hitting the camera, bro. We are going to get out of here. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Next time, I'm going to be solo doing something. Don't know what yet, but I'll be solo next time. But, thanks for tuning in, subscribe, all that good junk. If you got any questions, Max, you're killing me, bro. If you got any questions, drop them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them and let you know what you need to know. So take care, guys. See you next time. Pop it. Pop it. There you go. Of course I got to get the camera. I can't leave it out here.